How did you, how did you know you wanted to be a doctor?
That's a good question. At some point, when I was in high school, my grandfather get really sick, cancer. So I struggled. It was my last year of high school. I was thinking of doing something like engineering, something like that, because I was good in math.
Oh, okay.
But then I don't know why I feel like I have to help a little bit, and there's something about helping other people that make me feel more like engaged in this. And I think it was a real nice choice. I mean, you have a lot of sacrifices during the career, but there's something nice about helping another. It can make you feel a bit better because it's a job. You do well with job, have a nice life with job, but also help. Not all jobs will help.
That's
All jobs will help to decide.
but I know what you mean.
Directly. So what's the main reason?
Was it hard for you, or did you enjoy the schooling?
No, I think I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it? Yeah. That's what the other people told me too, that they enjoyed it. I think that's seems to be the secret to getting through. You got to enjoy it. Otherwise, it's just it's suffering. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I was curious about it, so I spent one of my summers in college. I spent working with a doctor in the hospital. I was just following them around. And this guy was a cancer doctor, and they do this thing called tumor board, where they all sit in a room, and it's like the cancer doctor and the radiologist and the radiation doctor and the surgeon and the pathologist. And they talk about this patient, they have this, and then they look at all the pictures, and they look at the scans, and then they all kind of decide together what they think the best plan is. And that was so cool. You know, they would go through maybe 4 or 5 patients in an hour, and that I don't know, that hooked me.
You don't have family? You don't like your parents or none of your family? So you're like the first. That's cool.
My mom's grandmother was a doctor, but
I feel like maybe more than 50% is kind of like their parents were doctors and stuff. So it's cool that you were just kind of not pushed into it or anything. You just took it up.
I mean, my mom was happy about it. I mean, I think she wanted me to do it a little bit, but it wasn't like it was.
Was it hard, or did it come easy to you?
Hard isn't bad, you know.
You seem like a smart guy.
It was fun, you know what I mean. If you enjoy it, then it's okay if it's hard.
That makes sense. How long you been practicing medicine?
Finished med school 13 years ago. So, yeah.
How'd you decide that's what you wanted to do?
I mean, at some point in high school, I kind of started saying I was going to be a doctor, but I didn't really know. And then, I don't know, I kind of wanted to major in biology and kind of stumbled into it. Yeah, there's a lot of people say I have a passion for it, and I do now. I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
But I probably would have floated around for a while until I found something to do later.
So it's a pretty straight path.
It was a straight path.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened is I met my current wife, my wife, and we met in undergrad, and she.
That's cool.
She basically was like, "Hey, are you serious about going to med school?" I was like, "Yes, sir." You sign up for all this stuff.
Yeah. Oh, so she can. Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "All right, fine." So she signed me up for all this stuff. She went to med school again.
Oh, that's cool. So she was into it as well.
She's like, "I'm signing up. Do you want me to sign you up too?" I was like, "All right, yeah, sure."
That's good then, because then you have somebody to study with, somebody to just hold each other accountable. That would help out a lot.
It's stressful too.
You mean to get in, or just the whole process?
No, going to med school, it was very stressful. It's a high pressure environment. You're both stressed out. You're both working hard. You're seeing each other 24 hours a day.
Oh, that's true. That's true. It's probably trying to balance seeing each other versus we got to study. Or
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's good though. It's good. What about you? What is your interest in?
Undergrad is in biochemistry.
So you always planned on it though, when you went to college? No.
Engineering for a while, then machine sciences, and then looking into
research stuff, like you can't do master's and PhD things. I don't know, but it's just kind of presented itself a bit, so kind of went through that route. I didn't have, I wasn't, I know some people are like that, you're going to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't really that at all. Like, I would know it's just kind of curious all over the place type of person.
Well, there had to be a moment, right, where you, because it takes a lot of commitment, so there had to be a moment where you were like, okay, this is what I'm going to do.
Like probably most of the way through my undergrad. It was kind of when I started to figure out what am I going to do next after this. Figure out in medicine. It took a couple of years to get in.
Oh, you had to like reapply?
Yeah, I think I did a couple times,
Twice?
Or second half.
Is it in Canada? Do they? So here we have like the MCAT. Is it the same thing, or is it? Yeah.
The MCAT is about like a quarter of your application.
Yeah.
It's like marks, MCAT. There's an interview, and it's a kind of like extracurriculars for like.
Yeah, extracurricular, and then a letter. I think you got to write a letter, right?
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Probably pretty similar elsewhere. In Canada, it's really limited. There's really only one medical school per province.
Oh, wow. That'd probably make it a lot harder to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
like
crazy.
admission rates well under 10%.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. So it takes. I mean, some people
Is it also 4 years there?
generally 4, and then you do residency training and fellowships and stuff after.
Yeah.
So I think we did
Was it tough, or did you enjoy it?
medicine or the progress
Like
getting
the
into it.
no, I mean the once you were in, like
Oh, yeah.
going through school.
It's so good.
I don't know, because I've asked other people, and they're like, no, I loved it, and I don't know, because sometimes I hear people talk about how tough it is, but then everybody I've asked here was like, no, I loved it. I loved like learning and.
Yeah, like it's complicated. I think medicine has good days and bad days. Like I think it's a really it's a
Up and down. Yeah. I've heard a lot of people say it's like trying to drink from a fire hose, that you're just
Yeah,
getting hit
that's
with so
training.
much
Training
that the
is
training,
the way
like
to
when you
do it.
first get in,